Yeah,
Well, I know. Remember that Best Buy shit you told me not to pay?
Yeah.
My last payment with that was the 4th, so I'm done with that. But the shit, how come, right? Shit don't. Why it take so long for shit to come off your credit report? Like, cause my debt. Like I paid the lending tree shit off and all that, right? So my debt my debt 9 and change. Right, my debt 9 and change, and yeah, so my debt is 9 and change. But now that Best Buy shit was like about like
take a look.
I'm not. That Best Buy shit was like 1504 or some shit. I paid that. Why that shit still? Why that shit ain't go down yet?
So even if you pay something off in full,
Yeah.
if they hit collections.
Yeah, it was collections.
Yeah. So
That's
even
done.
if it still stays on, even it just says paid in full, but it still remain in collections. What you should do before you paid it off, what you should do is call them up and be like, listen, I'm agreeing to pay this, but I need y'all to remove it once I pay it.
But no, because it
send me a letter saying that
it was a court judgment. So I went to court and everything for it. That's the amount that we agreed on in the court.
Right.
And then I got the letter from the
you
lawyer.
have to go to court for a Best Buy card?
Yeah, when they take you to what money judgment is called. When the money, before they start garnishing shit.
Nah, they don't do that, bro.
I try to tell them they
Yeah,
scared them with the
dude.
letter.
Yeah, they scared you, bro. Nah, they don't do that shit.
trying to
Like,
tell
my
them
nigga.
Money judgment shit. Yeah, no, but they sent me.
Because
that's
you
how I
gotta
went to court in
realize
the first
something.
place.
You gotta realize something. When they sell that shit off,
It's already sold.
it's already sold. It's not. So the idea of it isn't necessarily
The collector getting their money back from me.
Yeah.
right. But you never signed a contract with the collector. Like Best Buy already wrote that shit off as a loss. So when they do their taxes, that we lost $1,500 from this purchase. From this.
No, they lost 2,000. I ran it up.
Right. Well, they lost 2,000, but they do that all the time with debtors and stuff. They write that off in their taxes. So that's why they end up not paying any taxes because
That's good debt.
they can necessarily. So let's say they had a profit of I want $100,000. I'm just putting a number out, right? So if they make a profit of $100,000, when they file their taxes, they're not trying to say, "Yo, we made $100,000." They're trying to say, "Yo, we lost this debtor and that debtor and that debtor and that debt and that debt and that debt." So realistically, we only made $30,000 or $40,000. Guess what? They don't have to pay taxes on that, or they pay minimal taxes on that. So a bracket for a corporation like that, who would have paid, let's say 35%, they really not paying. They're only paying like maybe 15 or 10% or something like that. Now where you're at is like, yeah, they scare you, bro, because they're not necessarily supposed to. Fuck all that shit.
They sent me something to go to court. I went to court.
Try to tell them that.
Nah,
I was like,
they
yeah,
don't
I didn't go to court. I had to go to the desk.
Yeah, no,
I
fuck
tried
Went to
that.
the desk. And they was like, all right, cool. Yeah, because I went to mobile court. I didn't go to because it was pandemic.
All you
so I
do
went to
is
Zoom court.
You call the I've seen these stations because I remember when I was real young. I used to try to work at one of them because I needed a job. There's all these little nigglets in there sitting in cubicles just calling. That's what they do.
They call me. I don't answer. But I don't know.
Right,
I know the numbers already.
For them, they're trying to make their quotas because when as an employee, they have to make a certain amount of money.
Okay.
Right? They gotta call these debtors and you make sure you see if you get some type of money. Even if let's say you owe $2,000, if you would have told them, yo, I'll pay y'all $1,000, they would have taken it. And then you tell them, all right, I'll pay you $1,000, but I need you to agree to take this shit off my credit report.
Oh, so it don't come off at all. It'll take like 2 years.
They said once they
It takes about the duration of what the debt is. So usually when the original, it's like about 7 years. So that's why it'll still affect your credit report. You know what I'm saying? Because it's still considered collections, which is still considered a negative mark on your credit report.
Right. That's the only thing on my credit report now. It's like
Ah,
everything is
yeah.
zero except for collections. Like I'm rebuilding now. I just got another card.
Right.
So I'm in the rebuilding stage.
Yo, credit is so. Yo, I'm gonna tell you something.
Yeah, credit
bro.
is so, man. I'm not gonna say I'll never understand it, but
And that's how they want you to do it, though. But at the end of the day, credit is only important if you're really trying to make big purchases. And if you're ever going to try to use credit again, and I'm pretty sure Reg knows this, open that or get credit with your LLC and buy everything with
buy
LLC.
everything with that. Because
Buy
my
everything
cousin
with
was
that
telling me,
shit.
he was like, "Yo, I can get approved. I got approved for a car loan, but I got denied for a Gap card.
Yeah.
Fuck that, you know what I'm saying?
Anybody could buy a car. Anybody. But you could go with it with 400 credit. The interest rate is going to be higher than the motherfucker, but you could leave with a car 100%.
You can still get it.
Yeah,
right.
you can
That's
still
the
get a
only thing.
car. A Gap card is in reality a credit card. Like there's like,
Right.
yo, what I'm saying? We just trying to get our money back. But at the end of the day, they write that shit. That whole shit is a whole. Hey, that shit ain't real, bro. Like the only shit that don't go away is student loans. Student loans don't go nowhere.
Man.
You can't get rid of them shits. Mortgages are serious. Mortgages are very serious. Like, and that's it. Pretty much. Like mortgages, student loans are like the number one things that they look for in your credit report. If you late on your mortgage or you late on your student loans or whatever, that's gonna be a knock on your shit.
If you late on it,
If you late on it, and then there's things you can do. Like let's say you're late 1 month, you could call the bank and be like, "Yo, I have the payment for last month and this month. I want I'm on time." You could be like, "Can you just report that I'm on time?" It's like a desk nigga. Like, all right, bet I'll change it. All them credit bureaus is all bullshit, bro. They all at the end they trying to make money. That's all it is. That's all it is. Like it's just money makers. That's all the fuck it is. Like just so that we can say this person's trustworthy. They don't. In reality, they don't really know, my nigga.
Try to tell them. I'm like, yo,
Man,
fuck
niggas
that.
don't really
pay
know.
that shit.
A nigga could have a $200,000 job and pay all his bills on time, and then get the worst shit in the world and can't pay his bills.
so what you're saying is, because that wasn't the only one I had a collection. That's just the only one I paid.
I try
Nah,
to
if
tell
you're
them.
the rest of the collection.
Yeah, I got other ones.
Yo, what you need to do is call. If you're ready to pay him, call. They have the address and phone numbers on
Yeah,
there.
yeah, I know. When they send me the letters, they tell me, they be like, yo,
Call
you
them.
can pay in 3 ways. You can give us one lump sum
Don't
of
ever
this,
pay- don't ever
2
pay-
payments of this, or 6 payments of that. I get
And
the letters
don't
all
pay
the
a
time.
partial, because if you pay a partial, that restarts the clock. Meaning they have 7 years to be on your credit report. After 7 years, they're obligated to take it off. If you, let's say you owe $2,000 on the collections, and you make a payment, let's say after 3 years, you're like, yo, I want to start paying this shit down, and you pay them $50, that starts the clock again. So that 3 years you waited, it starts over to 7 years again.
Oh, okay.
As opposed to it being 4 years left. You know what I'm saying?
'Cause I was like, man, I get the letters all the time.
Nah, man,
man,
like
fuck that
collections
shit.
is hilarious, bro. It's all for it's like when Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, they're all in it to make money.
Well, I look at the 2 on Credit Karma, which is the TransUnion.
Credit Karma is not good. Credit Karma only reports 2 of the boroughs.
Only 2, yeah, only give
Only
you 2.
two of them shits. But
That's how I find out.
Yeah.
Shit. With cards, it's like your approval is excellent, good, poor, fair.
But you got to remember, you think Credit Karma is just out there just to let people know what they credit? Nah.
No.
You know how they get paid, right?
No.
Those approvals that you see,
Yeah.
those credit card companies pay Credit Karma.
Oh, okay. To
they
put it on
basically-
their site to say,
exactly.
yo, you good
And
for
so
this. Oh.
Somebody sees that, I got approved. I could be approved for this. I'm going to apply. That company paid Credit Karma to put that card promotion on that. You know what I'm saying?
It's an ad, basically.
It's an ad. That's all it is. It's an ad, bro. That's why when you may have like 800 credit on your Credit Karma, but you go to the car dealership,
Niggas.
them niggas like, yo, bro, you only got 550, bro. What are we talking about?
Oh, shit.
Sometimes it's like, yo,
So which one means the most?
FICO. Which credit bureau means the most?
Yeah, like,
none of them
like
mean
the
the
score.
most.
Like, what score means the
middle
most?
one. The middle one is they don't average it. They basically say what's the highest, what's the lowest one, and what's the one in between. They use that one in between. Whatever that in between. So you could be if you have a 750, you have a 680, and you got a 710. They're gonna use the 710. That's the one they're gonna use. Always. And then, yeah, but Credit Karma is like it's bullshit, bro. Like.
Oh, okay. That's
Them
good shit to
niggas is. There's so much things you can do with this shit, bro. For real, it's all a scam, bro. And they're all out there just to make money. That's all it is.
Shit, everything is out there to make money.
Yeah, man. They no different. You think they care about? Oh, we want to just let people know what their credit is. No, think about it. Just recently, they had that whole. If you pay this much, it'll boost your credit. Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me I pay y'all a little bit more chicken, I get my credit boosted? I thought it mattered on how my credit history was. Nah, you pay this little thing, we credit boost. We'll boost your shit. Like, what the fuck?
See, the caveat to that is, it all depends on what you're looking at. Certain, if you're going for a car, they're looking at your FICO 8. If you're going for a
Yeah.
house, they might look at, so there's different levels of FICO.
Yes.
So if you're going for a Gap card, they might look at FICO 3.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you're going to get approved regardless of
Well,
what
how
it
many
is.
is there? You said 8 and
It's
3.
Yeah,
right now it's 8.
Oh, it's 8. Okay.
It's 8 right now. So every individual pull that they're looking at is for something different. So a certain credit card company like Discover and Amex are one of like the two hardest cards to get. They
Yes.
might be pulling from like FICO 7 or FICO 5. Car companies pull from FICO 3, and I think they might pull from FICO 7 also. So it all depends.
So store cards have their own.
Yeah.
And that's
FICO they
where
pull
people
from.
They use their own
dealerships
systems.
have their own.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
they
and by
pull
the
from.
way, those stores have to pay those people to report their shit. So
Right.
that's another way they make money.
So everything is grouped together like it's a package deal. That's why people out there bragging about their credit scores. You could have an 810 credit score
and it
and
won't mean
can't
shit.
you can't get approved for shit. But somebody that has like a 500 or 600 credit score could get a car, could get a loan to buy a house. Like it's
Right.
all about where it's placed. Like
The history of it.
So that's
Think-
the biggest misconception of credit.
Think about it like college football. You could be, but how many games they play in college football?
But like 10?
No, it'll be more than that. Let's just say like 15.
15, right?
okay.
Let's say a team went 15-0.
Right. Are you talking about like the ranking and shit?
Right.
Yeah.
So in college football, if a team goes 15-0, you would think they're the best team, right? Mm-hmm. Your credit is like that. Your credit is
Right,
15-0,
right.
but you're on a
Yeah, right,
low
right.
level
Yeah.
college football team.
So if you're Rutgers
Yeah.
and you're like 17-0, they're not
But
gonna
no,
put
but
you,
see,
they're
but
not gonna
college
rank you number
football,
one.
the way college football is tricky is it all goes by who you play.
Exactly.
Right.
If you play,
what it is.
if you beat a top, if you beat like you know what I'm saying, top 10
Exactly.
team, that puts you in this
Right.
Yeah,
And that's
particular
what
game
it is.
because
For
you
instance,
beat.
so like if you have like 5 secured credit cards that you've been paying on time,
Yeah.
you'll have 800 credit, but it's
Right.
not real credit.
you didn't play nobody real.
Right, you ain't pay nobody
Oh.
real. But if you have like a mortgage and you have a car note and you
you-
have like
So paying
It's
paying like regular credit card and department store cards on time,
Right.
it's not real credit
No,
because
those
so what's
department-
big league? Oh, so what's considered big league
cards,
credit?
like credit
cards.
credit
Not-
cards
not
like
the-
an Amex,
Yeah.
Discovery. If you have like a
Real
Capital
credit
One,
card.
like
Yeah.
a Quicksilver,
Yeah.
those they take that's revolving credit. So they're
Right.
like, yo, all right, cool.
You don't want to get a store credit card because the store credit
Yeah.
card is shit. Remember, there's no real money. You can't take a
No,
store
the
credit
store
card.
cards is just like something for you want to buy something in there and you ain't got the money for it, but I
That's
got
it.
a card.
That's it. So it's shit.
So it's good for that.
Right.
It's good for that, but
Right.
it's overall it's shit.
It doesn't.
And then
It's
the
not.
limit.
It's not impactful.
Right.
Store
Right.
credit cards are not impactful. That's
But
what I'm trying to say.
it's not impactful for your score to go up.
Right.
But it's impactful for your score to go down.
But like, let's say if you have like a mortgage, that's important. If you have student loan on there and you've been paying that on time, they be like, all right, and you've been paying that for a few years, they be like,
Right.
oh, I bet. If you have even car notes aren't that crazy. Like, yeah, if you just because you have a car note doesn't necessarily boost your credit.
Yeah.
It's if you pay it off,
And then it still ain't gonna go up that much
it's ain't
either.
gonna go up that much. Let me show you how much bullshit this shit is. I'm gonna put you on the game. You know you can buy credit. So for instance, let's say you do say
I think so. I think a man told that to my aunt one
you
time.
could buy a trade line. It's called a trade line. So what you can essentially do, right? Let's say you're trying to buy a house, and you don't have a mortgage. Let's say you have like a credit card that may be a $3,000 limit.
Okay.
You got a bullshit card that's like $500, but the bank is gonna tell you, yeah, we kind of need you to have a stronger credit. You can buy somebody's credit on an Amex card, and then it ends up on your credit report.
Right.
Oh, that's what I got to my aunt. That he wanted to pay my aunt for her credit because
Yes.
she had good credit, but she never.
You just have to make
She don't
it-
buy shit. She
Right.
just- you know what
so
I'm saying?
all she has to do is make him an authorized user
Right
on the
right.
card.
That's what I do for my daughter, so she could have good credit by the time she gets
And so
18.
so guess what? That person who just made me authorized user just gave me 10 years of
Good
paying
credit.
my Amex card on time. Oh shit, that boosts up my credit. And then when you buy the house, all right, you get that shit off. They don't come back and be like, yo, how's your credit been since you bought the house? They don't give a fuck. They got their money.
And plus, if you're actually in the business of selling trade lines, they're gonna treat that shit like it's a monthly bill.
Yeah.
So you got like boom, let's say it's $250 to use my trade line. Every month I want that $250.
Yeah.
The month that you don't put that $250 on,
They take you off.
they'll take you off. And you'll see the difference of how your shit moves up and down like a fucking roller coaster.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
That's why it's all bullshit. Because I see niggas like panic with that shit. I'm like,
So
I
let me
see him panicking, and I'm like, "Yo, don't do it."
Yeah, because,
my other men, they on the line too. They like, "Yo, play that. Don't play with that shit, yo." I said, "Yo,
Because I'm not-
I can't pull rank on my mans in them. Y'all,
Right.
listen, bro. I'm giving you fair game. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? I said, "Yo, you got a choice." He said, "All right, I'm gonna deal it out with them." I
Right.
said, "All right, cool." I know
Yeah, I
the
got a
game.
little
Like
bullshit.
any nigga tell me that, "Yo, listen, if I owe Peter and fucking Paul pays Peter. Paul can't come to tell me that
Right.
I owe this.
Right.
You owe Peter's debt. No,
Right.
nobody told you to pay for Peter.
Right.
So therefore, hey Paul, I'm gonna give you 10 cents on the dollar.
Right.
Or I'm gonna give you 1 cent on the dollar. Or I'm gonna give you 80 cents less than the dollar.
Right. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Oh, so this is why the collectors be trying to haggle with niggas if they know they ain't gonna get
you
all your
trying to
money.
haggle with dumb and
No.
I'm
I'm talking about when they bring it to you. That's what I'm saying. They know they know
I
you're not
had-
gonna they not gonna get the full thing.
I remember, it was so, I'll never forget this shit. I had my mom had collections or whatever, so they would call in the crib, and she wasn't home. So I remember I woke up, and they ringing the doorbell, ringing the phone, and I was like, no, she not here. I was like, no, ain't nobody by that name or whatever. Or I said she wasn't here, whatever. Then he was like, yo, all right, we'll take down this number so she could call it. And I'm bullshitting like I'm taking down the number.
Always.
So at the end, he was like, all right, can you repeat it back to me? I'm like, nah, not at all. He's like, oh, so you wasn't really writing it down.
Nigga, what you want to come fight me?
Yeah, he
Come
was like,
fight
what
me
kind of
then.
person are you? I was like,
Nigga, what kind of person is you?
Now you getting clicked on. What kind of person am
I was like, what? And I was like, that's how I know, like, that's why it's not legit shit. They already sold that shit off.
Listen, they preying on people. Listen, there's two people in this world. Either you're gonna be the hunter, or you're gonna be the prey.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? The hunter would never tell the prey how to get away from him.
Right,
So-
right.
That's how it is.
That's why the pandemic changed shit, because a lot more people were home and realized like
Wow,
You
yeah.
got
all
time.
these videos,
Yeah.
like,
Right.
oh,
And
this shit about credit is
I
crazy.
was thinking about that shit yesterday. The pandemic was a reset, and it was a hard reset. Like if
Facts.
every certain amount of years, there's some kind of drastic change in history that changes the trajectory of how people was living. You know what I'm saying? So this was our reset. It was a hard reset, and it woke up some people, and it made the scammers smarter, and it made some people not want to wake up at all and be like, yo, I just want to go back to living a normal life where I don't know nothing, I don't see nothing. My biggest fear is getting on the train
Yeah.
and make sure my Metro card work right.
So,
So
nigga, there's no difference between a scammer from Brownsville and a nigga from Park Ave who runs Wells Fargo. Let's just
Right.
be real, my nigga.
Yeah.
Like you ever think
Scam
about
is a scam.
You ever think about, yo, we gonna charge you for not having enough money? How that motherfucking
That's
makes
what
sense?
yeah, that's what the bank do. I remember when I had like City Gold,
Yeah.
I had to have a certain amount of
Right.
money in there
How you
not to
gonna
get
tell
charged
me how
$50
much
a
money I
month.
get?
right.
Like you gotta have at least 20,000 in this shit. And if you don't have 20,000 in this shit every month, we charge you like $50.
How you gonna tell me?
remember that
yo?
shit.
They so trained. The people that they got in front of, like the account reps and all that stuff, they're gonna tell you, well, you might need to get a better job, bitch. Well, yeah, and you work it. Bitch told me that one time. She was like, yo, they take money out your check every time. So if you don't have no deposits, this is what happens. You gotta have continuous deposits coming out your account. I'm like, oh wow. Yeah, it's real out here, baby.
Yeah, shit, I wouldn't know.
Yeah, it's real, man.
I would not know, man. I would not
As I was
know.
trying to tell,
I'm oblivious to all that
I was
shit.
like, man,
dude.
I ain't gonna lead you wrong, but you got them other niggas in your ear. I can't scream loud enough to let you know, like, don't do it.
I'm oblivious to all that. No, I haven't. Well, I haven't did it to nobody. I haven't done it to nobody else. I owe more. Not way more, but I owe more than them.
Nah, but I was saying, like, yo, I hear what these niggas is saying, but bro, trust me. I'm over here in the books looking at how niggas is. That's why I told my man yesterday. He was like, yo, we doing this, this, and this. I said, listen, bro, I'm trying to leverage my shit. You understand? I'm trying to move everything out of my name and put it in something and resolve myself of all liabilities. Anything go wrong, check my company.
That's gross. A fact.
That's what my LLC is set up for. It's not set up like I don't like.
You have credit on your shit?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got
that's
some credit, but learning the ins and outs of that shit too.
The net 30 shit. You gotta do that
Yeah,
shit.
the net 30 is big.
That's big. You gotta do
Net
that
30.
shit.
What's that?
So pretty much how it works is like for a company, so when you have an LLC, you pretty much become a different entity from who you are. So you're Duce, whatever. When you open up an LLC, whatever, that becomes actually a different person. Mm-hmm. It's just a different entity,
Okay.
essentially. Mm-hmm. And that entity can purchase cars, or get buildings, and so on. Mm-hmm. And you could build credit with that. Where the net 30 is pretty much a group of companies that provide credit to companies or LLCs. So there's like a jewelry one where they'll give you $10,000 worth of credit ASAP, like that. Like you sign up, I forgot what it was called, jewelry something. They'll give you $10,000 worth of credit right off the bat. Quills is another place. Quills is you could buy
Quills, Uline, those are like
Uline, yeah.
WB Mason.
WB Mason, like you could, so you could open up business accounts with them,
Right.
credit lines with them, and what you do is you purchase bullshit. You buy small stuff, and then you wait 30 days, you pay it. You say ask for an invoice, and then you pay it. What that does is pretty much the same thing as if you were paying your car note on time for your personal credit. That LLC now has a credit history. It says, oh yeah, he pays on time for his shit. Like this entity pays on time.
Okay.
With that, you can then purchase cars. You could purchase a home. You could purchase. That's how all that shit is done. When they flip houses, they don't use their real name. They don't use their name. They use LLCs.
Whenever you're walking down the street and you see new construction,
New construction. That's
it'll
not.
say, it'll show you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll say something else.
It might just say the street, so it might just say, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I
And
see
it'd
that
be
a
like
lot.
generic names,
Yeah.
like fucking preach 113
Yeah.
LLC bullshit.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It'll be, but
Just get one.
but that also protects you. So like, let's say somebody slip and falls in front of that house that's owned by that corporation or owned by that LLC, they can't garnish
You're
yours
right. They have to go after the company.
after the company.
Right. I get it.
So, yeah. Like when I bought the pizzeria, you don't buy it. You don't open a pizzeria as a personal person, or
They ain't
LLC.
even-
You open it as I opened it as a C corp.
Oh, C corp.
You know what I'm saying? And,
this is
Them
all
guys
good
ain't
shit to
never
know.
even, they ain't even talk to you, did they?
who's that?
The people that was selling it. Like, if you don't have certain
No,
things
he
in
told me.
place,
No, he did tell me. He told me the whole game. He was like, yo, like, cause I opened up an LLC. He was like, nah, don't do it like that. Open up a C corp. I'll put you on the right person. It's a lot of paperwork, but you know what I mean. Like, don't use LegalZoom. By the way, people, like, don't use that shit. Like, you could pay somebody half that price, or you could do it yourself. For like $200 for an LLC. Like, I should be seeing niggas.
use
paying, like,
LegalZoom for your trademark.
yeah, for trademark
For your
shit.
trademark,
Because
okay.
if you try to get something quick and you ain't got time for the bullshit,
You can do it yourself.
do that. But
The trademark, definitely let LegalZoom do that shit. I went through that with my trademark.
yeah, like doing business ads type shit, small
yeah,
bullshit like
DBA,
that.
yeah.
You want to do that?
So,
All right, that's what's up.
Yep.
Thank y'all for that free game, man.
yeah,
Thank y'all for that free game. I appreciate that.
no doubt, no doubt.
Well.